All right, here we let's fix that. There we go. All right, how's everyone doing? Yeah, it's been a crazy week, especially in cryptocurrency. Bitcoin's breaking up, getting well, depending on the broker that you're looking at, broke 6,000 or is getting really close to 6,000. With every exchange, it's going to be a different bin, a different ask, but it's definitely popping up. So that's what she said. So we'll basically be covering. So Tradenet has a competition that they've released. I'm excited about it. A lot of people aren't so much excited about it just because you are using a demo account and they don't believe people are going to be trading the way that they would with a real account, which is very true. It's definitely not going to be the same. A lot of people are just going to go, 100% in every single trade and trade like a demo account. But I'm really excited for it. Touching on like the Exodus wallet is the wallet that I have for all my cryptocurrency. It's very nice because not only do you store cryptocurrency, you can also exchange. You can transfer it. Talking about Bitcoin movement, Cardano, Dogecoin. A little bit about how I made some crypto not trading. That was pretty fun. And then a coin that I actually just partnered with. I'm very excited about it. I think they have a lot of potential moving to the future, and this could potentially be a very good return on investment. I think, definitely a high return on investment. So let's go ahead. Actually, let's bring up the... And again, if anyone has any questions whatsoever, please put it in the comments. Definitely love to hear from everybody. And we'll start with the Tradenet largest day trading competition details. So what's occurring is on the 28th of May is when it actually starts. It's going to be lasting for 2 trading weeks. So I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it. I've actually signed up myself, and I encourage others too. There's been sometimes when I encourage someone to sign up for it, and they say, well, I'm probably not going to win it. Why should I do it? Just so you get the experience trading a larger account. A lot of people, maybe they use the intro account, or even if they use a different broker, which allows them buying power or any type of leverage, really. Going from a small account like that. So let's say it was the intro account, you're using $14,000 in your trading account, going all the way to using $240,000. It's definitely going to be a big boost. A lot of people may not be familiar with using that large amount, but I definitely have my own strategy that I'm going to use during the trading challenge. I think it's just going to be really cool to. It's going to be more like bragging rights, honestly. I mean, people aren't going to be trading the way they normally do. They're not going to have like the risk and reward like they normally would with a real account, just because it is all demo. So I think a lot of people are going to go just full into the trades. And there's going to be people that make, within this 2 weeks, there's going to be people that make over $100,000 easily in profit, if not more than that. There was a trade that I took in a demo account. I made like $7,000 or $8,000, but it's a demo account. So people are just going to trade differently. It's a different mentality overall. But just to cover some of the rules that they really have for it, this just shows the rewards. We can see here. First place, of course, is going to get the Pro package. They're going to win the Pro package, basically what you're using for the competition. Second and third place are going to get the Expert package, worth it's not worth $160,000, but that's how much margin you get with it. Fourth and fifth place will get the student packages, and then 6th through 10th will get the intro package. So what's interesting here is it's somewhat similar to the 10-day challenge for obtaining the intro account. As we can see here, your maximum daily loss is going to be $3,500. Maximum total loss would be $12,000. That's basically how much you can lose until the account deactivates. So that's how it would work if you had a pro package anyways. Everyone's going to be starting at the same time. And that's really the biggest things that I see. There are certain rules in here that are kind of odd in regards to certain trading patterns that deem illegal by regulators. That could be kind of up in the air, but again, it really just comes to the maximum daily loss of $3,500. I know for myself, I'm going to be trading a little different than I normally would. I think so. Normally when I trade, I do have a max loss that I would have on the day, just like any trader should have. But for this challenge, the daily loss can be 3,500. So when I trade, my daily loss is going to be up there about 3,500. I'll be risking probably about $2,000 to $3,000 a trade. And yeah, it's not normally how I would trade, but it's a demo account. It's just a challenge just to see how much profit you can make. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm definitely excited for it. It starts the 28th, and I believe down here we have, let's see, so open on 28th. It lasts all the way to June 10th. Enrollment is May 2nd to the 16th. So we have about a week and a half left to enroll into it. After 16th, no further applications. So with that, no further applications. Are they only accepting certain people? I mean, I guess that's something you could ask, or is it going to be anyone is able to begin this challenge? So I know when it gets closer, the people that work there, the employees are going to reach out, let everyone know, I guess you've been selected or you're able to attend in this challenge. They'll give you the demo account, and then it will start on the 28th of May, lasting all the way to the 10th of June. Again, this is really for, I think overall it's just for bragging rights. People that trade normally how they would, I'm sure they would make a good amount of money, but I know those that are more reckless are going to probably profit more if they know what they're doing. Now, if you've been in the stock market for a few months or maybe a year or so, and you become reckless, then it's probably not going to end good. But for those that have been in the market for a good amount of time, that would normally risk, however much to get a 2-to-1 or even a 1-to-1, they're going to be holding positions even longer to obtain like a 5-to-1 or 6 or 10-to-1. It's just definitely going to be different. I posted on Twitter how to apply for this. Also, I'm sure you can go to Tradenet and apply that route as well. Let's see. All right, so Exodus Wallet. Let's go ahead and cover over the Exodus Wallet. We'll just, if anyone doesn't have any questions, we'll hop over to cryptocurrency and the Exodus Wallet. So I spoke on the Exodus Wallet in regards to you can transfer, you can exchange, everything like that. Go ahead and check something real quick. Okay, so within the Exodus wallet, you can transfer, you can exchange, and what's really nice is when crypto, when it was starting to ramp up, you can go to something called Shapeshifter, and Shapeshifter is where you would deposit the cryptocurrency, and then that's where you actually exchange it, and you would obtain the cryptocurrency that you want. So you had to go that route, you had to take it out of your wallet, you had to put it in Shapeshifter, then you had to wait for it to actually process, which would take, it could be hours. And then once it was done, then you had to transfer it back over to your wallet. So it was this huge drawn out process. With Exodus Wallet, you store everything, as you can see here on the screenshot. You store everything in there, and you would just click on the tab to exchange it for whatever cryptocurrency. They just added Binance Coin, which is pretty awesome. A lot of people are hyped on Binance, especially since it is like the largest cryptocurrency exchange. A lot of people think that possibly it may replace Bitcoin overall. It's definitely speculation on that. But what is nice is they actually just came out with the mobile. I downloaded the mobile through the App Store, and everything works fine. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it. I think they're, definitely a very active team. I posted something on Twitter. Stopped in real quick to get a shot of the deck in that area. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. So yeah, everything was working fine, and they're very active. So I posted within Twitter in regards to every cryptocurrency and token I hold within this wallet was green, which was very nice. I mean, that's always nice to wake up or go to bed or however throughout the day, and you see all the assets that you hold within the wallet are green. So they actually reached out to me. They said, awesome job, and I said thank you, and that whole discussion. And then they asked me, which cryptocurrency would you like to see added to the wallet? Which was really cool to see them asking me what I thought. I recommended that they add Cardano to their wallet, and they said that they're currently in the works of doing so. And I think a lot of people would be hyped to see it in there. Binance, which is in the top 10 of cryptocurrency, was just added to the wallet. So like I said, so that's really nice. Just scrolling through, so 20 plus digital assets supported. Manage anywhere. Let's see. Let's go over. See what we got in support. So they have a whole support section. It's really nice, the security that's actually within it. So you have a certain passcode that is specific to your wallet. So if you were to, I don't know, you transfer computers or you want to transfer the wallet in general, you would log into the new device and then input that passcode, and then it would transfer everything over. So very secure, very active team. And then, excuse me, highly recommend downloading Exodus Wallet for holding your portfolio. So within Twitter, I'm always posting different analysis on coins, tokens, even in the stock market. I sometimes do different stocks, just depending on what it is. The first thing I want to cover is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I believe this was posted on the 29th. Yeah, 29th or 30th. Whoop. There we go. So basically, I was saying 95% this thing is going to fall below the trend line. You can see this inverse hammerhead basically right here. It pushed through the VWAP and the moving average, but it actually has a false break. As we can see right over here to this candle, there's a false break because it slightly broke over it. So I said 95% chance this is going to fall below the trend line. So when I called this out, it was about 53.06. If we actually go over to the post that I put afterwards, so 53.06 is right in this area, right below the VWAP and the moving average. And this is on the 1 minute chart. This is what the day traders are going to look at for any type of quick movement. So after we posted that, it actually flew down here and it hit right on 5,300. I was actually watching the bid and the ask just to see, how the analysis that I put was going to go. So as we can see here, it did finally break down, but it kept on bouncing on the bid at 5,300. So it hit 5,300, it would bounce up a little bit, it hit 5,300 again, and then finally it did crack, and the whole time it's holding this EMA. The thing with the EMA is basically showing the movement within a smaller time frame compared to the VWAP. The VWAP is going to be a larger time frame. So that's why the EMA is holding these candles more snug than the VWAP is. The next thing to cover is going to be Cardano. Cardano, I put this out. So this was the previous analysis that I had put. Basically, it came down, and we can see here the previous support and the upcoming resistance, basically. I always tell everyone just to watch these lines. If it is a support or if it is a resistance, if it was, let's say, I don't know, if it was a support line and you wanted to short a cryptocurrency or even short a stock, just like how it did here, you'd want it to break through the support line, retest it, and then make it turn into a resistance. So we have the support line, we have it here. You can see all the arrows for it. We broke below it, we came back up, and we tested the upcoming resistance. As we can see here, I basically said that's for the previous one, but the EMA, it came up, but you can see this huge wicking candle. So the EMA is actually holding it down. It's an EMA rejection. So the exponential moving average rejection. It is holding the trend line though, but however, this is a very bearish play. So if we scroll over to the analysis that we just posted, we can see that EMA rejection, it came back down, tried to break through again, got rejected again, and then it broke the trend line. So the next thing we're going to be watching for is any false breaks on the downside. And then also if it's going to break this previous, it is a previous low, but it's a very close low. So we'd be looking for it to break that area. And that's just one thing when it comes to any type of analysis. You always want to think of any type of formation to be on the lookout for, if it's a bull flag or a bear flag or anything like that. All right, so let's go over to Dogecoin. Dogecoin's very interesting. I think it has potential moving into the future just because it is a paired cryptocurrency. Just looking at it here, so we did have a false break coming up. We see the candle right here. We have the trend line going across, and then we have the false break. So with the false break, you're going to have a pullback because of the result. It's basically the bulls are trying to push through any type of resistance, and if there's a slight break of it and it doesn't move with a lot of momentum, there's going to be a pullback because a lot of people are going to be taking profits. They're going to be selling it off, and that's where a lot of shorters could start their own position. Again, Dogecoin is a paired cryptocurrency, so even if people aren't interested in the project of Dogecoin, which Dogecoin started as a meme coin, so it doesn't really have a project per se, but they do need Dogecoin to buy any type of very low priced cryptocurrency. Something that's more low or lower than like one Satoshi of Bitcoin. So anything that's lower than a Satoshi of Bitcoin, people are going to resort to Dogecoin. And that's what keeps the volume rolling in for Doge, is people have to have this cryptocurrency if they want to buy anything that's lower than a Satoshi of Bitcoin. Another thing is I tuned into Volatility Trading's live stream. And before I did, I was actually just messing around with, let me go ahead and bring it up right here. So SPECTRE Security Blackjack. It's pretty cool that you can, do, I guess, online games and use cryptocurrency. So I was just having a little bit of fun with SPECTRE Security Blackjack, and I mean, I did slightly well. As you can see here, I put 2,000 SPECTRE into it, and I came out with 300 in the profit. So I didn't have to day trade for it. I didn't have to swing trade. I didn't have to mine for it. I didn't have to do a masternode or proof of staking or anything. I just played blackjack, and I won 300 SPECTRE Security. So that was definitely awesome. Another thing is SPECTRE Security just hit their halving. They basically cut the rewards at 125,000 blocks. So with that, now instead of a masternode reward being 180, I think it's 112.5. I wouldn't say it's a downside. It occurs. I mean, it occurs in a lot of coins. It occurs in Bitcoin. It's going to occur in Litecoin this year. So it's kind of just the process of it. But normally you would see a spike in any type of value when a halving does occur, just because the people that are staking the masternodes, they're getting less reward. So they need the price to influx just to make up for the masternode, the price that goes along with holding a masternode. One thing that I do want to speak on, so one thing was what coins have a lot of potential moving into the future with a high return on investment. I actually came across Zent Cash. I wasn't quite sure what it was. I just saw it, and I definitely like how it's going. So it's a global decentralized payment network, and we've seen these before. A lot of them are classed as such. But just going through the website right now, we see the worldwide network, decentralized, easy payments. Zent is a payment evolution system. I actually took a look at the roadmap, and with the roadmap, and we have the web wallet. Another big thing is the Zent Games Network, which is a really big thing. A lot of people are into the whole gaming realm. So any type of gaming network. And then additionally, they are posting in 2021, they're going to have a Visa prepaid launch. If this holds, if they actually do have the gaming network, if they actually have the Zent Visa prepaid launch, especially if it's in early 2021, if they have the ability to increase their publicity, that's going to be amazing, just because Bitcoin has a halving in 2020. But as we know, basically with the route that it's occurred with the halvings in the past, Bitcoin has a halving, and then a year later it breaks the all-time high. So, if Visa, if that's actually able to launch at the beginning of 2021, that would be very nice to go along with the spike of Bitcoin in the future. So definitely excited for this. We actually go over here. We can see that the total supply is 7.5 billion. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I was speaking with one of the head staff members. Seemed like a very nice individual. Again, they're very active. I reached out to them, and then moments later they reached back. So that really shows that they're, pursuing this chase daily. Wait, where's Mir? Who's this guy? I'm the replacement for the week. Yeah, no, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm not as handsome as him, but, I just got to work with what I got. But awesome to see you, Cody. Thanks so much for tuning in. And also, if you missed the I can cover the Tradenet competition as well if you did miss that. That was one of the first things that we covered. Not too much in depth, But definitely excited to see what the future holds with that. So the available supply of this is 7.5 billion. Again, doesn't sound like... Oh, man. Maybe one day. I'll have to work towards it. You know, I'm not into options as much as you are, but I'm sure everything's going well with you, so I'm happy for you. Definitely. But when I was speaking with him, he said that this project is actually, I forgot English for a second, lasting for about 33 years, which is like, wow. So even though the available supply overall, the maximum supply is 7.5 billion, their circulating supply is probably going to be around 2 billion or 3 billion. I would think by the end of 2020, early 2021, but coming out with an options code. Yeah, I saw that last night. Yeah. The option course launch to be determined. For only 99 easy payments of $99.99. But definitely excited to see what they have. Just rolling over the different analytics when it comes to this coin is the volume is 2,700. So 2,700 is a good amount. Now the volume encompasses both buying and selling. So it could be 2,700 of selling. But the thing is, this crypto is paired with Bitcoin. The lowest that it can be is 1 Satoshi, which is, we can just do the calculation right now. We'll say Bitcoin's about 6,000 right now, even though I know it's slightly lower. So that's the lowest price that this coin at this time can be. It's nice to see coins that are strictly paired with Bitcoin in the beginning, just because it gets everyone used to it being that price. Now, if it were to get paired with Doge, which is very low in price, then of course this would drop significantly. But knowing that it is this price is always a good thing. I'll switch over to Findbox. So ZTC is actually in Findbox. This is it's a newer exchange. The volume isn't, you know, as much as it is in like Binance or Bittrex, like the larger, more known exchanges. But these are where coins normally start out. To get listed on this exchange, it costs a developer around 0.3 Bitcoin, which is a little less than $2,000. So it is definitely costly to get on. As we can see here, of course there's no buy orders. There couldn't be any buy orders because the lowest it can be is 1 Satoshi, as we can see right here. So there couldn't be any outstanding buy orders. So anyone that posts a buy order automatically get filled. But as we can see here, on 1 Satoshi, it's almost a Bitcoin to buy out all the coins that are at 1 Satoshi, which is definitely a good amount. But even though if it were to break that, more sell orders more than likely would roll in. But for someone that's seen the spike that occurred in 2017, I know how easily these walls can break. Especially like if we looked at experience points, I know it was like 23 million 24-hour volume in 2017 spike. So if we're looking at 0.7 Bitcoin, which is around like $4,000, that's nothing compared to $23 million. And XP, when it reached its peak, it was about half of a US cent. So this is, you know, very low price. I think they have a great project, especially if they do stay on the roadmap of having the wallets, having the prepaid. Prepaid is something that a lot of people want moving into the future. Everyone's trying to move away from the typical debit cards, credit cards, and all that. And they want a cryptocurrency that's going to hold a prepaid. They're just going to have a prepaid card to go along with it. The Zen Gaming Network is a really big thing. And then having the mobile app is another. So they have 3 large projects that could really boost the publicity and the value of this coin. I'm definitely interested in investing in it. I think there's a lot of potential on the return on investment. And then we can even look at XRP back in the day. XRP was 0.005, and no one really thought like XP is going to be this big name. I mean, it has a huge maximum supply. It's not like it only has a million coins. I mean, it has billions of coins as the max supply. Or let me double check that. I don't want to say. I'm pretty sure it's billions, but let me go ahead and make sure. Hate to give false information. Circulating 1,000. Yeah, 42 billion. So the max supply is 42 billion. Or I'm sorry, the circulating supply, and the max supply is 100 billion. So I mean, that's, no one thought that XRP would go where it did, but as we can see on the chart, I mean, it goes from 0.006 all the way up here to about 385, if I can get a top tick, but about 384, 385, which is a crazy return on your investment. I mean, that's crazy. Going from 0.006 all the way up there to multiple points, that's crazy. So when I'm looking at Zinc Cash, I mean, it only has 7.5 billion. This has 100 billion. Is it going to live up to the XRP name? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I can't, I don't know the future, unfortunately. I'm just going off of patterns that occurred in the past, and it does have a lower max supply. And what it's trying to go for is very similar in a sense. Just because XRP is reaching out to banks, they just reached out to Qatari Bank. I know a lot of overseas banks. So going back over here, yes, we do have this huge seller wall. There isn't a lot of hype around Zinc Cash. But that just comes in time, especially when Bitcoin starts to spike up as it is now. It's about to break 6,000. A lot of people are getting more and more interested. And when they get more interested, they're going to see, okay, Bitcoin's this price, but hey, there's this project I can get millions of coins for $500. Let me just go that route. That sounds awesome. Let me do that. So when everyone has that mentality, you have these huge spikes in momentum that can occur. We've seen that in the past. So covered Zinc Cash. Yeah, I really think if they hold to the roadmap, there's definitely a lot of potential, especially the Visa prepaid. So the gentleman that I spoke with the team, I mean, he was very familiar with the different algorithms when it comes to coin development. I'm slightly knowledgeable on them, but his knowledge was very extensive. So that just shows that they have an active team, but they have an intelligent team. They have a team that knows what they need to do and how to go about doing it. Any coin that starts out, any token that starts out, publicity is going to be hard to obtain. It truly is, just because there's so many coins and tokens out there. But it's really just about locating them before they have a huge spike. Locating them when they're in the beginning stages. That's very important. Because yes, we can look at XRP now. We can look at Bitcoin. I mean, back in the day, Bitcoin was 6 cents. And now we're about to break $6,000. And at the time, no one thought Bitcoin would go up to $20,000 all-time high. Everyone just thought Bitcoin was just some coin that was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I can buy a pizza with it. And then, no one thought, hey, let me hold this because it's going to go up to $20,000 a coin. No one ever thought that. So again, it's really just about locating these coins as they begin in their beginning stages. As you know, I hold SPECTRE security. I believe SPECTRE has a lot of potential. I can actually go over to the website. I've covered this a lot. SPECTRE has a lot of potential just because they are about securing network infrastructure, which is very important for any coin or token that really comes to life now and into the future, in the past as well. I know they actually secure a lot of different accounts. They have a lot of customers currently. They don't project it as much as... It's difficult for them to project. I mean, they could project the number of customers, but they couldn't do, who it is. That kind of goes against the anonymous... basically, you wouldn't want to throw your customer's name out there. But I know they do have a lot of customers, and they stay very active. If anyone has any questions, let me know. It's really just covering about Tradenet, Bitcoin, how Bitcoin's moving, the different analysis that we have posted, and then just taking a look at Zinc Cash. I mean, I think it has a lot of potential moving to the future. Very active team, so very excited about that. There's not really too much else to cover. I mean, once you know what you're looking for, and you know that 95% of coins and tokens are going off of the value of Bitcoin, it's pretty easy to understand the movement of cryptocurrencies that will occur in the future. I mean, as we can see it here, just looking at the different movements, there's a wall at the bid. Also, we can look at Cardano. And how we looked at it previously, we saw the EMA rejection, the upcoming report of resistance and support, and then it breaks through. So just really going off of that, we can understand what we should be looking for in the near future. As Bitcoin right here, we did have the false break. We're starting to have a pullback as well. There was a previous resistance on this one candle. It came up and it got pushed right back down. As we can see, it consolidated. Even though it is a bear flag right here, it still held the trend line and the EMA. Holding the EMA is very important. And then once it came back up, it broke through, came down, and that previous resistance turned into a support line. And then we had the break up. Granted, it was a false break, unfortunately. And then we had the pull back down. So I strongly suggest moving into the future, ensure that you have your portfolio ready. There are people that are new to crypto that don't understand it fully. They weren't here in the 2017 or 2013 spike, so they don't understand how quick it moves. But when Bitcoin starts moving, it starts moving. It's wild, really. You wake up and some coin just moved 10,000% out of nowhere. So it's really about being diverse in your portfolio. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You don't want to fully go in on XRP. I know a lot of people are pro XRP, and that's fine. I'm not going to say anything negative about that. But it's really just about being diverse. You want to have a certain amount of whatever coin or whatever token. It's important to also look at tokens. Tokens go, a lot of them go off the Ethereum blockchain. So when Ethereum goes up, more likely those tokens are going to be affected as well. Let's see what else we have. Bitcoin and Litecoin, they're going to move up in the future. That's just kind of how it is. Those are the founders of cryptocurrency in a sense. Litecoin has projected itself as Bitcoin silver, and Bitcoin's gold, and Litecoin's silver. So even though they will continue to move up, that's not where you're going to find your greatest return on investment. With Bitcoin, you can make, if it spikes up to 60,000, you make 10 times on your investment. But with XRP, when it went from 0.005 or 6 or whatever to $3.84, that was 750 times your investment. It's really about finding these altcoins, especially in their beginning stages. And I promise you, once everything starts moving, it's going to be very quick. You're going to see these movements overnight, and you don't want to chase these coins or these tokens. So it's just important to understand the project, understand the team. Is it an active team? And then invest in it. And, again, never get in an investment where you question yourself. If you get into an investment, you want to be able to argue, why did I get into this investment, to anyone that were to ask. If you can't advocate why you got into an investment to someone else, then you probably shouldn't have gotten into it. And that goes with day trading. If you can't say why I got into this, this certain entry or however, then you just probably shouldn't do it. FOMO is definitely a big thing, especially when it comes to the spikes. In 2017, it was basically built off FOMO. Everyone saw everyone making money, and they wanted to make money too, and everything just went wild, and that's why we went up to $20,000. And if we had this huge spike, then we had the huge pull down. So yes, we had this huge momentum, then we had a pull back down, and it's basically filling that gap from this huge spike up. And now we're starting to work our way back. I've said this months in the past. If we're able to hold around the 5,000, 6,000, maybe 7,000 area of Bitcoin up until the halving, that would be great. I wouldn't want it to shoot off like this moment. A lot of people want me to say, hey, Bitcoin's going to go up to $1 billion tomorrow, but I would rather everything just to come together. I want the halving to take place. I want laws and regulations to come into place as well, and that's going to create the perfect storm for this huge spike in momentum. Again, people didn't see, a lot of people didn't see this occur in real time. People may have joined into cryptocurrency in this area. Maybe they just joined yesterday. So again, when everything starts spiking up, it's quick, and you want to have your portfolio ready. You want to get to these projects when they're basically touching the ground. Even though there are all these sell orders, looking at it, I'm like, oh my lord, this can never how is that one Satoshi gonna break? I mean, it almost has a Bitcoin right here. But it's really just about looking at it, looking at all the variables of the coin, and then I mean, I literally wrote down what the ask was, and then I'll be monitoring it and then seeing, are people adding to the position? Are they selling? The interesting thing, is there are certain exchanges that post volume that doesn't occur. It's kind of odd because, you know, you wouldn't see that in the stock market, but you have to remember cryptocurrency isn't regulated. It's basically a free for all. Cryptocurrency is more risky just because you never know what's going to occur with the project. That's why I don't invest in coins that I'm not familiar with the team. I want to know, is this a strong team? Is it an active team? Are they actually wanting to care about the community, or is it really just about, as soon as they spike in price, they're going to dump all the coins they own and, you know, just forget about it. They'll make another one sometime down the road. And that's one thing that I like about Zent, is it is focused towards the community. So, you know, how you can contribute. You have the miners. They need people to project their coin. I'm really excited about the mobile app upcoming. And then, you know, they actually have somewhere where you can contact them, and they do have an email address. So they are out there. They have a lot of potential, and I'm definitely excited about it. If anyone has any questions whatsoever, please let me know. I'll be, you know, more than happy to look at anything for anybody. Other than that, that's really all that we have for today. Just Tradenet, the different movements that we have posted in Twitter, and the Exodus wallet, which is definitely a big thing to take a look at. I always want to cover, you know, the sub count that we have on YouTube. Goodness, couldn't get that out. 580. That's awesome. I can't believe that. That's really cool. Our follower count, 869 people on Twitter. Very excited about that. And, you know, it's really an honor. It truly is. It's really hard to fathom. I'm definitely lost for words. I never thought that we would reach 869 followers on Twitter, especially since we just started in November. I mean, that's really quick growth. All right, let's go over to, there we are. So we changed some of the artwork. It's still in the works, but you know, I just thought I'd change it around a little bit. I don't know. We're starting to deal more in cryptocurrency, so kind of changing up our game, making everything look a little different. But I'm really excited for what the future holds. I'm, you know, definitely in cryptocurrency. I'm always looking at different coins and tokens and posting on Twitter what I think has a lot of potential. So, you know, it's really just about being vigilant and really analyzing the coin and monitoring it, seeing how it's acting from day to day. You know, if something has crazy volume one day and the next day it's, you know, $10, there might be something going on, something you might want to research. Knowledge is definitely power, especially in cryptocurrency. You know, I've decided to use knowledge to help other traders. And, you know, I really want everyone to improve their portfolios, improve their lives. That's really what this is all about. But again, I really do appreciate everyone's time that they took out to view this live stream. It really means a lot to me. It truly does. You know, we covered Tradenet, Exodus Wallet, all the cryptocurrency movement. Definitely check out Zent Cash. Again, I think it has a lot of potential. I'll continue to monitor it. But right now it's the lowest price that you can buy it at, 1 Satoshi. So you're really getting at the beginning stages of this project. And if they do launch the gaming network, they launch the Visa, the mobile wallets, everything like that, the apps, there's a lot of potential because that's a lot of initiative. It's a lot of initiative other coins aren't taking. And it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of funds to do so. So that shows that they're truly here for the project. Other than that, again, thank you for your time. Truly appreciated. As always, this is Jonathan and Mr. Kitty with Lone Wolf Day Trading, and stay green.